Please start.
All right. Shall we start then?
Okay, hello everyone, and a warm welcome. I am Nazi Husaini, and I am excited to be your facilitator for today's enriching discussion. I am the founder of the Zenith Art Workshop, where we empower Afghan girls through Let's Work training, building both valuable skills and financial independence. I am also a skill development fellow with Women Ascension. Women Ascension skill development empowers female and individuals in need to create positive change in their communities. We believe that real progress happens when women have the skills they need to succeed. Our skills development program helps them to overcome barriers by providing practical training in entrepreneurship, digital literacy, and leadership. These skills open doors to economic independence SDG 8, digital education SDG 4, and leadership opportunities SDG 5 and 16. By investing in especially women's skills, we are not only transforming individual lives, but also strengthening entire communities. We collaborate with businesses and organizations to create more opportunities for women, building more inclusive and promising future for all. At WASD, we are passionate about empowering women and girls to become change makers in their communities. Our work directly connects with the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs). We contribute to SDG 8 decent work and economic growth by fostering economic empowerment, SDG 4 quality education through digital literacy initiatives, and SDGs 5 and 16 gender equality and peace justice and a strong institution by cultivating leadership and amplifying diverse voices. Today's session, Mindset Matters, How to Develop a Positive Attitude, is a topic I care deeply about. A positive attitude is incredibly powerful. It influences how we approach challenges, collaborate with others, and pursue our aspirations. Throughout my own journey, I have seen firsthand how a positive mindset can be transformative. It fuels motivation and inspires action, and which is why I'm so excited to explore its importance with all of you today. This topic, while seemingly personal, is deeply intertwined with the SDGs. A positive mindset is fundamental to well-being, aligned with SDG 3, good health and well-being, by supporting mental health and emotional health. In education, a growth mindset linked to SDG 4, quality education, enhanced focus, motivation, and learning outcomes for learners of all ages. In the professional world, a positive attitude relevant to SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, fosters productivity, collaboration, and career growth for everyone. And even in building more inclusive and peaceful societies. As envisioned by SDG 16, peace, justice, and a strong institution, positive thinking promotes empathy, understanding, and constructive dialogue. By the end of our time together today, you will understand the power of mindset and its impact on your attitude and success. You will learn practical strategies for identifying and shifting negative thinking patterns. You will explore how to cultivate a positive self-talk routine to replace self-doubt with empowering beliefs. And we will discover techniques and practice gratitude and optimism even amidst challenges. Now it's my distinct honor to introduce our esteemed mentor for today's webinar, Ms. Asma Naeem. Ms. Naeem is a certified clinic hypnotherapist and a dedicated women's empowerment coach with over 16 years of. She is the founder of BrainTox, a coaching platform focused on empowering individuals through self-development. Her mission is to guide people towards fulfilling and purpose-driven lives. Since 2021, Ms. Naeem has been a valuable part of Women Ascension, sharing her expertise on mental health, awareness, overcoming fear, and building resilience. Her diverse background gives her a unique understanding of all challenges we face in today's world. Today, Ms. Naeem will be sharing her insights of mindset, drawing from her extensive experience. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Ms. Asma Naeem. The virtual floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Nazia. Thank you. Really appreciate it for all your intro and sharing your thoughts also on this. So it is really appreciated. Um, I think let's start on this, and I really appreciate if all of interactive in that. Wherever you find you need to stop me and you want to maybe share your point of view, or maybe you want to need some kind of clarification. So you can please feel free. Maybe you can raise your hand, and Nazi, you can look at it, and you can always open your mic and interrupt me, and we can stop there. So please feel free. It's just not that you just have to hear some kind of lecture from my end. And I think for me, it's always more easy when it's communicated, because all of us, we are sharing our own experiences and what strategies or approach we are taking in our life. Because if all of you are here, so I'm sure developing a positive mindset is very important for you, right? One thing I want you to do, please keep your I don't know if you are on a laptop, pen, paper, anything, please keep it ready with you. So we will be doing some couple of exercises. And also, I want you to during all this webinar, just note down maybe 2 or 3 points, or how many points which you find is more helpful for you. So pick it up and write it down. So then we are going to have a 30 days challenge, and we are going to talk about it at the end of the webinar. So please, whether it's pen or paper or your notepad or whatever, it's just keep it ready to take some notes. And it's really it would be really helpful, because I just don't to me, but also to process it, and take some mental notes or just write it down. So we keep hearing about this positive thinking, positive attitude, and people keep telling us that be positive. And we sometimes we are in such a difficult situation of our life, because challenges is part of our life, right? So this is something inevitable. So it's not like in point of time everything will be fine. If address 2 challenges, there are another 4 challenges waiting for us. So this is how our life is, and especially with I can say with the current pace of life, it's stressful for everyone. We are all, it seems, to be running and rushing after various things, whether it's our job, whether it's our career, whether it's our even relationships, whether it's our day-to-day life, studies, pressure, gaining those grades and achieving something in your life, having those pressure from your family. So it seems that all of us, we are so much all the time under pressure. And we keep finding ways that how can we be stay calm. I think most probably, and like Vanessa said, I just want to stay happy. And sometimes it becomes so challenging for us. If I'm upset and someone comes to me and they say, "Oh, Asma, come on. It's okay. It's part of life. Be positive." I said, "Really? I can't be positive. I have this challenge. I have this problem. I have to pay my bills. I have to do this, and I have these commitments, and I'm supporting my family, whatever. Or maybe I'm studying. I'm under this pressure. I have to score high. How can you tell me just think positive? Even sometimes you are literally struggling with yourself to feel or think positive, even talk positive. Tell me how many of you really struggle with that? Like, somewhere, because now there's a lot of information, there's a lot of things on the social media going on. These are the positive affirmations, and these are the positive these are the strategies to feel and think positive. But apart from knowing all those things, we still feel I can't do it. So if any one of you is experiencing this type of thing in your life, so can you please share with me your experience? How many of you are really struggling with that? Apart from knowing how important it is to feel and think and behave positively, or no one struggles with that?
Yes, I'm struggling. Basically, I wanted to behave positively, but my expectations are like how I behave. I wanted that everyone will behave like with me. That's way. So that's the thing that I'm struggling most. I wanted to make some positive effect, positive changes where I'm going, but I basically didn't get that much response from everyone. So that's the main thing that I'm struggling about in my life.
Okay. What you are struggling is basically the expectation. What I
Yes,
hear. It's like others to treat you in a certain way, and that's your struggle.
yes, yes.
So, in that case, how your positive behavior can affect that or address that issue? Did you think,
Well,
like, in any way? Yeah,
yes, please, can you ask me again?
yeah. So, you
Or
think, first of all, the thing which you're raising is you're struggling with external expectations, how people treat you.
yes.
So, do you think with adapting some kind of a positive behavior can help you that they treat you in a better way?
Yes, I think that I have some lackings, or I have some mistakes that I made with my behavior or anything that they didn't wanted to from me. So that's the thing I'm struggling, that how should I behave for the perfect expectations from them.
Okay, okay. Now that's very interesting point. I have something I will discuss later in the webinar about you building relationships, and I will address this point where you are struggling, like how can people can treat you in a better way, because that is also for us is very important, right? Because irrespective, we say that we don't expect much or we don't want to expect from other people, but we do expect from other people around us because this is a human nature. So I will get to that point later in the webinar. So please hold on to that point. Yes, Shiamo, you want to say something?
Yes, thank you very much, ma'am. Shamu Serafin from Cameroon.
Okay.
And yeah, I think I've been struggling since childhood when I lost my biological father. You know, in an
Oh,
African society where there is polygamy. So at a very early age, I've always felt like I really had to change my family story. We're not poor. But when my father died, we became very poor. We had to live from home to home. And also had health issues. One of my eldest brother, he had a schizophrenia. I did not even know what this was all about. I did the whole family. So right today, I'm getting to 40 years old. It's been a lot of struggle, and in the course of struggling, I came to realize the importance of mental health. We started an organization with lived experiences on promoting mental health and stress management in women and young people. And presently, I'm doing a PhD in public health and researching on mental health. And I also work, I am a teacher. So all of that sometimes it really gets overwhelming. Today I work with women. I'm trying to acquire some skills, working with women, promoting their mental health. Even right after this call, I'm going to have some talks with some women, encourage them. But at the same time, myself, I struggle, I see burn. I really have to, not suffer the burnout that I experienced at one moment and so on. So it's a long story. Let me just end there. I struggle every day.
thank you so much, Shiamo. There was your voice was breaking, but what I understood correctly, first of all, I'm really sorry for your father, and I believe you were telling you about your mother. She is schizophrenic, if I understood correctly. And I understood. Thanks for sharing your story. And you really need those guts to, share what are you facing in your life. And we all are facing some issues, some challenges in your life. But the best thing is that you keep going with that, and challenges will be there. And I really appreciate the way you said, like, you were doing your PhD, you're working with women. So irrespective whatever challenges you're facing, but still you are moving in your life, that's something important. So why I was asking this, that First, understand that change starts with ourselves. We always expect some external situations to be improved. Maybe people around us will be good to us. Maybe the work environment will be good. Maybe our country situation will be good. And we always expect something outside of us. So first and foremost thing, first let's understand one thing. When we talk about mental health, then whose mental health we're talking about? First of all, for ourselves. If we are only in a good shape, then we can help others, right? If I'm in not in a good shape, I'm emotionally drowned and I'm not taking care of myself, then how I'm going to even help or contribute in others' life? So first and foremost thing is that challenges, acceptance that challenges will be there. Doesn't matter. You will address one thing, another thing will come up. And this is how life is and this is going to be. But does this mean that we have to keep struggling in our life? No. I always believe in that, and through my life experiences, and I now this is every webinar with everyone, even in my coaching sessions. So you can cope with that. And what is that? Your brain, your mind, and your attitude, and your emotions. So all these things are the tools to tackle our challenges. So first understand this. So don't ever you feel that I am helpless, because we always try to connect these things with the material things. I don't have money, or I'm not having enough money, so I'm helpless. I can't address my challenges. No, it is internal. When we talk about the mindset, what exactly it is. So imagine that God, did you think like God has just sent you in this world to suffer? No, He didn't send you to suffer. He has sent you to tell you that see how strong I have made you. Your problems are like this, and you have to come up like this. You have to be bigger than your problems, not get stuck in those problems. So God has given you that tools inside of you. How best you are going to use your mind, how best you are going to use your brain, your emotions, your attitude, your behavior, because that is something in your control. If someone is mistreating me, I can't change that person, but I can change my attitude, my response to that event or that person. So everything starts and ends with you. So this is the first thing. So very importantly, if you think that even though you have all this information, even though you know, okay, let me think positive, behave positive, act positively, but you're struggling with that, it means somewhere internally something is bothering you. And you are just not in acceptance of that situation or whatever you are feeling inside. You are suppressing that, and you are not addressing what is inside you. You're trying to control your external events. I'm trying to change someone's behavior, how to treat me. I'm trying to change the economy, or I'm complaining about like we have so much issues in our economy in our country, and I don't have enough opportunities. But we are not getting back to ourselves, and that's why it's a struggle. When you are saying maybe positive affirmations, you're thinking, I have to be very positive today, I have to behave positive. Maybe for 1 hour, 2 hour, you do that, and after that, you go back to the same mood. It happens because you are not addressing your internal things. And there was, so my aim in this webinar is that to help you in a way that you start working on yourself rather than looking what's happening outside. And trust me, it's not an overnight job. It's not about having 1 or 2 webinars. It's about how eager, how ready you are to bring that change in your life. If you really want to be bring those positive changes in your life. So first of all, understand You need to work on yourself. It's you who's going to take action. It's up to you. You attend any webinar, any YouTube video, or any book you read, and then you don't take action. And then you will stay same. Because unless and until you don't decide in your life that, no, I want to change my life, irrespective of whatever circumstances are there. And this has to be gradual. You have to start from small changes. No one is asking you to do overnight change, overnight shift. You won't be able, it will be very overwhelming for you. So whatever you learn, you don't have to apply 10 things in your life. Start with one thing. And there was a very interesting research I was reading. So in positive psychology, there is something, new term has come up, which is called lemonading. Can you see my board? I'm not sure.
No, ma'am, it's blur, I think.
It's blur?
Yes, it's just like white. Now it's blurred.
This is strange.
Lemon.
I don't know, it's because of the background. Okay, doesn't matter. Let's not waste time on that. So, very interesting concept is lemonading. You must have heard this. If you offer, sorry, can you see me? I thought the screen has gone.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
We can.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am, you're visible.
Okay, thank you. So very interesting concept has introduced positive psychology is lemonading. You must have heard this term that if you get lemons, then make lemonade. So it came from that concept that there are psychologists, they did research on that, and they said that if you have a more playful attitude towards your circumstances, towards your life, you will develop more positive mindset. And they did some research during the COVID time, and at that time they did the research around 500 people, and they were adults, and they separated them in two groups based on their attitude. There were some people, they were very cheery, they were very playful, and there was another group, those who were not very playful, those was not very optimistic. And what they found, their approach towards the COVID situation, the people, those who were very playful and they were more optimistic in their life, they were looking at the situation in a very different way. It's not that they were not realizing the chaos which was around at the time of COVID, or there are the restrictions, you can't go out, and lockdowns. They were aware of that situation, of course, but the only thing is that they were still managing their life in a better way as compared to other group, those who were not very cheery in their life, those who were not very playful. Playful means like being more happy. And irrespective you have the situation, okay, I know COVID is there, I know there's a lockdown, I can't go out. And some people, they felt so depressed staying at home, they feel their social life is not there, this is not there. But there were people, those who said, fine, it's a good break for us, so it's a pause in life, and let's now work on our health, let's do some exercises, let's read some more books. So the research shows the people, those who were having more playful attitude in their life, so they were navigating in their life in that situation in a better way. Because such people are those who keep things in a more lighter mode. Fine, it's not that they are not acknowledging the situation around them. They are acknowledging the situation. They know this. They are not painting anything rosy around them. They are not finding any silver lining in that. But the only thing is that they will always tweak their behaviors to navigate in their situation. So if life is offering you lemons, so you are making lemonade out of it, but at the same time, you don't forget that you are handling lemons, not oranges. So there is a part that you are realistic, fine, this is there, this situation is there, and you want to move out of it. But as of now, this is there. So it's up to you. The concept of lemonading is up to you. If life has offered you lemons, are you just going to sit and stare at that? No, I wanted orange. Why this lemon is there? Forget it. I feel sad. I feel stressed. Or you say, fine, if this is there, let me handle this in a better way. And if I want to navigate myself through this situation and find some other thing better for me, so I will find that. So the suggestion was that become a lemonader rather than sitting at the same, because if you now hear people experiences from the COVID time, people have different experiences. Some people, they said it was really good for us. We was running and rushing in our life and it gave us a break. We spent good time with our family. We exercise, we eat healthy. And there are people, those who keep complaining about that time. They have business losses, they can't have their social life. So the whole concept is that you want to be a lemonader, or you just want to wallow in that situation and keep complaining about it. So whenever you get stuck in any kind of situation, so do think, I want to be a lemonader, or I just want to wallow in this situation, or should I find some bright side of it? I give you there was a very interesting story about I was reading somewhere. So there was an oak tree and there was a bamboo tree. So whenever it's windy, so the oak tree, is always stiff, is standing straight, and the bamboos are they always like they bend and they sway with the wind. So once there was a storm, and the oak tree uprooted, but the bamboos they bent and they swayed with the wind, and they were able to survive. So what does that mean? That you should be flexible enough that if you have any situation in your life, so you think yourself as a bamboo tree. It's okay to bend. It's okay to sway with the wind, but then you will survive. Otherwise, like an oak tree was uprooted because of the wind. It doesn't bend. So it's an approach what you take. So it comes back to the same thing, making a lemonade out of a lemon. So if there is a storm in your life, so sway with the wind, you will survive. And that is also a positive approach in your life. So these are the small, I would say, but very profound things you can start applying in your life. First and foremost thing, when we keep resisting our situation, we don't accept it. So what will happen? You will be under that stress, you will be under that frustration, no matter how much you will try to think, no, I want to be positive. No, tomorrow morning, I'm going to be a very positive person. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to read my 10 affirmations and things will be okay for me. For 1 hour, 2 hour, till afternoon, gone back to the same situation. So first of all, think I'm a bamboo tree. If I have a difficult situation, I'll bend. I will sway with the wind. And once I'll survive, then I will take my next step. So this is the internal understanding you need to develop. And there are, I will share like different strategies to be a lemonader. And one is that acknowledge your feelings, emotions. Like I was talking before, sometimes things are not working for us. Doesn't matter how many affirmations you read, it doesn't matter how many motivational videos you watch, it's not working for you because mainly you're not acknowledging your emotions. For example, you are laid off from your job, but at the same time, you never liked your job and you were always complaining in that job. But the day you're laid off, you're very upset about it and you start complaining. But what if you just step back and you just look at it? Yes, this is something I never wanted. I want a job, but not this job. So even if I'm laid off from this job, what could be my best case scenario out of it? What could be my worst case scenario of it? So analyze that situation from that perspective that fine, I know I'm upset. You're not suppressing your situation. So if I say that fine, I need this job, I have commitments, But okay, I lost a job, but I never liked this job. So what worst thing can happen? Put it down. But out of that, what best thing can happen? Maybe now this has allowed me to build some better opportunity for myself. Maybe this has allowed me to do something which I want to do it, and I always want to do it, but I was so scared of leaving this job that I could never pursue what I wanted to do. So maybe this laying off is an opportunity for me. So what is happening? I'm acknowledging that yes, I am upset and I need this job. I'm not suppressing my emotions, but at the very same time, I'm reframing it. So reframing is very important. And how do you reframe it? You think, first thing, I'm upset, like I acknowledge my thing. Then, okay, fine, this could be the worst case scenarios. Maybe it will take me 2 months, 3 months to find another opportunities, and I have my commitments. Okay, fine. But what is the best side of it? What I can build out of it. Again, it's not that about finding that silver lining in everything and sitting in some rose tinted glass and just thinking everything is okay. No, you do understand, you do acknowledge that somewhere this has upset you and you feel somewhere sad or whatever. But at the same time, let me find what else I can do with this situation. So it's up to you. Sometimes the situation is just bad and we make it worst by just thinking a negative expectation in the future. Because once that mental train will start, you will start thinking, if I will not have a job, so next thing this will happen, then this will happen. That person will tell me this person will tell me this, that person will judge me. That is, you are just assuming it didn't happen. So you are creating in your mind and you're creating that energy around you that people will judge you, you'll be a failure, you'll be this and that, and you'll be not having enough money. But does that really happen? No. You are creating here. So you need to immediately, these are the small changes which I'm saying that you need to do it. If you want to develop a positive mindset, or you want to, or I would say, to come out of your situation. So you need to look at the bright side of it. What else I can do in the meantime? So it's just reframing. And once you will start focusing on that, what best I can do with you? Because remember, it's all about you. It's not about the people outside of you, whether they're your family, friends, colleagues, classmates. No, your life, you are the owner, you are responsible. So you focus on yourself. That is something very important. And now I want you to do one exercise. I hope all of you are ready. I just want you to write any three negative or difficult situation happened in the past. But now when you look back at that situation, which was very difficult or negative situation in your perception at that time, so what good did come out of that situation? I hope, like for example, someone has failed exam, and that time it was a very difficult situation. But now when you look back and you find something good came out of that situation. So I want you to just write down any 2, 3 situations which, if you look in the past, they were difficult, but now when you look back, you find that something really good came out of that situation. So I would like you to write, and please share your experience and take your time. Yes, Eamon, you want to say something?
Yeah, sure. Am I audible, dear?
Yes.
Okay. So myself, Eman. Greetings from Pakistan. Firstly, I really appreciate you and your words. I'm really enjoying the webinar. And secondly, the thing is that I think we both relate a lot, as I am also working on my own book, which is also on
Oh,
self-love.
wow, that's nice.
Mm.
Amazing, Eamon.
And it's almost about to publish. And the
Okay.
name is,
Oh,
yep, Mastering the Art of Self-Love.
wow, I love that topic. I love that topic, and I would love to read that book. So, Eamon, when I'm going to get my copy?
Yeah, sure. You could just connect with me on LinkedIn and I will provide you the details.
Or is it ebook or you said, or is it going to be a paper book?
I will provide you all the details. I'm just working on the ISBN number
Oh,
and I will share you.
perfect.
Another shocking thing that I wanted to share that I'm a 14-year-old teenager.
No, no, seriously. And you have written
I
your
am.
first book. Oh my God,
Yeah,
that's
I
lovely. That's
am.
so inspiring.
Yep.
Okay, perfect, Eamon. I wish we could have this level of knowledge at this age, but we were goofs.
Yeah.
No, I'm so happy
Yeah.
for you, Eamon.
I'm
Uh,
also, yeah, and I am also a member of Women Ascension in many more organizations, working as an ambassador and content writer and all that.
wow.
So I had a question that,
Mm-hmm.
like, does environment of ours or like the people around us impact on our life? And how can we change it? How can we make it more positive? I had that question.
Okay. So two things, Eamon, here. First of all, I'm really happy for you. The way you're growing is really impressive, inspiring, I believe, for other students as well. So two things when we want to change the environment. So first thing first is like it depends on the situation. You don't have 100% control over the people around you and the environment around you, but you can only make the changes where you have an access to. For example, environment we talk about for home as well. Environment we talk about our study environment, our work environment, and sometimes we have no control over it. For example, if I'm living in a family where I have so many situations at home, and doesn't matter, I like it, I don't like it, but it's my family, I have to live there. So then the thing is that what I need to focus on that. Maybe first of all, I need to change myself, my responses rather than I react to any situation or any person. It's my responses. How I'm going to respond to that. That's something I consciously have to decide. I don't have to be triggered. I don't want to feel angry. And if something is not comfortable for me as of today, and I have no control over changing the things around me. So what control do I have is on my response and on myself. So why don't I work for myself where I can change my environment? I don't know if it's a work environment you're referring or at home. So then we navigate our way to find a separate way where we can move out, whether it's a study, work, wherever it is. So you always start working on yourself because you can't control everything. I always say you can't change other people. You can change. I think rather than using a word change, I would say impact. If I am setting some good example at home, for example, if by talking some good words, using some good language, positive language, and saying some good thing all the time, maybe I can influence someone else in my environment, and there because there's always a ripple effect. Have you seen like if someone is smiling and laughing, and once you look at them, you just feel good because emotions are contagious. So the change starts with you. I'll go back to the same point. The change starts with you. So it's always a ripple effect. Even you find that toxicity in your environment or you're not happy with it, but you can always control your response, your behavior. And you never know how you're going to influence other people. How you don't know how it's going to impact other people's responses. So take charge of yourself, your emotions, your responses, and think less how other people are doing. And there is very important point I want to discuss in this webinar. How can we build a better relationship, whether it's a career, whether it's a job or your personal relationship. I will come to that point as well. So I hope I have answered your question. Yes, Sanam.
Yes, sure, you did. Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank
Hello,
you,
ma'am.
Mother.
Hello, how are
Yes.
you, ma'am? Hope
Good,
you're
good,
well.
Sanam. How are
Yeah,
you?
ma'am, I'm good, alhamdulillah. I have one question that how our beliefs actually affect our mindset or positive mindset, and how can we change our beliefs? Number one. Number
Okay.
two, does it really affect our mindset, our beliefs? Yes.
Okay. It's a very interesting question. Um, okay, even though it's just we are in a different context. Let me explain in a simple way. What is a belief basically? Something which is true for me. That is my belief. For example, as a child, I have learned parents are loving. So first of all, I'll just go to the basics. The first 6 to 7 years, you develop your perception of the life. So beliefs are what? Something which you think is true for you. So if I have a very loving household, as a child, what I have learned, parents are loving. That's my belief. And once I grow up, I will grow up with the same belief that parents are always loving. If you hear someone telling you that they have a toxic relationship with their parents, or their parents were abusive, or any kind of thing, so you will say, how is this possible? Because that doesn't match with your values, because this is something, the perception you have developed. For the first 6 to 7 years of your childhood is where you don't have any kind of filters of right or wrong, right or wrong. You just, as a child, you are just taking in, processing, processing, processing. Your parents are telling you this is right, this is wrong. For example, I'll give you another example. If a child is born in a household where parents are thieves, and he sees that parents are bringing food on the table by stealing things. So what he's seeing, and whenever the parents are bringing things in, whether it's a luxury or food, whatever, but it's coming through stealing. His parents are thieves. So what value he's developing? That it is okay to steal. It is okay that if I'm also going to become a thief, or tomorrow, once I'll grow up, I will do the same thing. Because that's a belief I have developed. So for me, it's not wrong if once I'll grow up and I'm also doing the same thing what my parents were doing, it's okay for me. And I'll see why people think it's wrong. Because that's a belief as a child I have developed. Because this is what I perceive as a child when I was looking at my parents doing this thing. On the contrary, we have a household where parents tell you, you will never steal anything. It's a bad thing. Don't lie. If you lie, I'm going to burn you. God is going to burn you in the hell. So what I'm learning, no, this is a bad thing. That is again my belief. So we can't say sometimes, tell people, we judge people by telling them, no, you are wrong, I'm right. But that is not the case. Everyone has developed their own perceptions. Their perceptions have developed their beliefs. What is true for them? That's one thing. So that is a belief basically. Or one more example to clarify on that. As a child, maybe I'm not scoring good, and my parents or my teachers, because they are my initial caretakers. So my parents or my teacher told me, "You're not good. You're stupid. You're idiot. You don't know how to do it." And I keep hearing that, and I see the parents have very harsh language with their kids sometimes. Are you stupid? You don't know how to do it? Leave it. You don't do it. Sometimes, maybe as a parent, I don't have an intention to tell my child that you're stupid, but I just want them to be safe. And I said, don't do this. Don't do this. Are you stupid? Don't touch this. And what belief I have developed? I'm stupid. I can't handle things. What will happen when I'll grow up? My confidence, my self-esteem will be a challenge for me. Because it's somewhere put in my mind, I'm not good. I'm stupid. I can't handle things on my own. Sometimes parents are so protective and they say, you don't do it, I'll do it for you. You don't do it, I'll do it for you. And what I'm learning, I need someone to help me get things done because I can't do it on my own. If I'll do something, I will go wrong. And I'm so scared with that. And that's another belief. Okay, so first of all, I believe I've clarified how belief impacts your life. Yes, it does impact your life because this is your perception of looking at the world around you. Second thing, can we change our beliefs? Yes, we can. Why not? And how can we change that? For example, so I'll give you the same example. You're thinking, I can't do anything on my own, and now you're fearing, and that is blocking you from moving inside. So at some point in your life, at whatever age, you're realizing, no man, want to be independent, I want to do my things. And how can I develop that confidence and self-esteem? So first thing, conscious awareness. And that's why we say keep looking at yourself. Why you think what you think? Question your own things. Question yourself. Why do I think that I can't do it on my own? Why do I think that I will go wrong if I'll do it? Because once you were aware of it, that no, why I have this fear? Why I always need someone to be with me, and why I think that I'm stupid. So first thing is a conscious awareness that yes, this is something I believe in, and this is really stopping me from from my life. Second step, okay, I have this. Now I want to change this belief. Your brain always looking for evidence. So as a child, you got this evidence from your parents, from your teachers, so that's why you developed this belief. Now to change that belief, your brain wants another evidence. How can I be sure of that I can do things on my own? So what do you think you will do? Do it maybe some small thing, do it on your own. Because what is confidence? When we say I want more confidence, I want to have a high self-esteem. What is that? Confidence is just a willingness to take action. Willingness to, irrespective that I'm having self-doubts, irrespective that I have this feeling that I might go wrong, but still I will do it. So what happened? Maybe you don't go for a big thing at the same, maybe go for a small task. And you think where you are having this fear, oh my God, how can I do it my own? I need someone with me. But then you maybe it's just preparing a presentation. Okay, this time, even though I will go wrong, even though people will judge me, whatever the thinking, like those thoughts are coming in, I will do it on my own and I'll see what will happen. What will happen? What will happen? Will sky will fall? No. Do you really need someone appreciation? Otherwise, you're not good enough. But what will happen if you take a small action in doing something on your own? Your brain will have an evidence that yes, you can do it on your own. And you will build some level of confidence, and then you will start shifting your belief. And for that, also, once you, with action, start writing it. Because once we start writing it, we reprogram our subconscious mind. Then keep saying, I can go. And even I was coming to that point in lemonading thing. Okay, I'll come to that point, but this is how you can start working on yourself with
Yeah,
some
ma'am.
nuances.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, that's amazing. But just one more thing, if you allow me. As you said, beliefs are usually developed in childhood. I mean, beliefs are only developed in childhood. I mean, this is my question actually. Or the second thing is that we can overcome by only action, performing action, or we can replace it, or we can, change it with positive, another guiding belief or any positive thoughts. Yes.
Okay, let me explain it to you very quickly in this. I don't know if I can. I don't know if my paper is visible. No, I think that this is a background issue.
Yes.
Let me explain you though. When you say that beliefs are only developed in childhood, it's not necessary we are only working on the childhood belief, but they are the stronger ones because during your life span there could be some situations happen and you have learned something new there and you have developed a new belief. So it's not that it's just restricted to that, but those are the powerful ones. Why? Because if I say, just imagine we have this sphere, this is a mind, this is one sphere of mind. Out of this one sphere of mind, you have 88 to 90% subconscious mind, and you have 10% your conscious mind. And your subconscious mind is what? Record of your life from the time of inception, even when you are in your mother's womb. All those memories, all those expressions, all those experiences are in your subconscious mind. So imagine if 90% of your total mind is 90% lies with subconscious minds, what will happen? You will be more prone to follow what your subconscious mind is telling you. If you will just do an affirmation and you're not taking any, I give you an example on that. 90% of my behavior is controlled by my subconscious mind, and 10% is a conscious mind where we take some decisions, where we use our logic. But sometimes, apart from all our decision and logics, we are still not being able to break that barrier. So if my subconscious mind, which has been developed like throughout my life and in the first 6 7 years, where I have developed my perceptions and my belief and what is right and wrong at that time, so if that impression is already there, so it's just like at a very early age when child especially boys, they go for a smoke and all that, and they are smoking for so many years, and it's reprogrammed in the subconscious mind, and they have this good experience of smoking. Now at some point of life in 30s 40s, they decided, oh my god, it's not good for my health, I want to quit smoking, and people try to do very hard with that. Now they're thinking from 10% of logical mind, I want to change it. And from today onwards, I'm not going to smoke. Okay, this is, I've thrown my packet and it's gone, it's over. But then they're so, but your subconscious mind, 90% is telling you, man, we had a good experience, because my 90% is very strong. And it's telling me, no, man, it's a good experience. Let's try once more. And people, they quit for a few days and go back to the same behavior. So the resistance is in your subconscious mind. This is what we work in hypnosis as well, that we reprogram your subconscious mind. You're not deleting your memories, it's happened, but you are reprogramming. And to reprogram something, what you need, first of all, yes, you can have your affirmations, you write it down what you want to develop in your life, but at the very same time, if you're just writing, and if you are just thinking or saying, but you're not doing anything about it, you will keep having that resistance from your subconscious mind that this is not true. Even you're saying that I'm very confident, but this is not true. Because then your brain will remind you all the failures in your life, what you perceive as a failures. So action is very important. It's along with that, you write it, you say it, you reprogram your mind, but to break that barrier, somewhere action is also required. And this is what we help in hypnosis as well, to reprogram your mind, where it's just like you bring that willingness up to start working in your life and taking some action rather than sitting it back. So I hope I have answered your question.
Yes, ma'am. Beautifully. Thank you.
I just want to before I take any more questions, but first of all, all of you, have you written that? Have you done that exercise? What I like ask, any experiences from your past where it was really, you think it was really difficult or bad things happened, but now when you look back, it was good, it was a blessing in disguise.
Yes,
Anyone would like to share that particular experience first?
yeah, okay, can I go?
Yes.
Hello, greetings everyone. So actually my really bad experience, and that was the time where I was like, I felt like dying actually. That was when I was choosing my bachelor's degree. Because there were many expectations. I had expectations from me because I wanted to do medical and all those stuff. And at the time of COVID, it was a really difficult time and I didn't make it. And I was always a high achiever. So, everyone was expecting a lot from me.
Okay.
So, everyone was giving their own opinions. Yeah, you should do this, you should do that. And to be honest, we weren't in a situation, I couldn't even get admission into any degree at that time. So it was really difficult for me. So, however, thanks to Allah, I took a decision. I didn't even know that time that actually business administration, there is a degree named BBA. I didn't even know about that.
Okay.
So, that was my really last option. And I applied for it. I applied for other medical degrees, but these policies these universities have and all those quota systems. So I didn't got into those degree, but I somehow got into BBA. So I was like, it was really hard for me these 3 years especially. I felt I was failing at everything. Like it's not good enough for me. I wasn't made for this degree and all of those things. Oh my God, I'm getting emotional right now.
I
But
can understand that.
how? Um, because everyone it taunts you. Like you
Yeah.
were this and that, you were supposed to do that, but you are doing this. And
But are you
from
happy with that decision now?
yeah, I am really happy.
Oh,
When I started exploring that what actually I am doing, about I stopped listening to people. I
that's
explored
wonderful.
more. Okay, what am I really doing? What's best for me? So when I
Exactly.
started exploring that, so right now I'm really happy. I actually came to the point that I now realize that this is actually made for me. I'm here. I'm having really fun with this
That's
degree,
so
and
amazing.
yeah, that's
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 so
part of
amazing for me. Yeah. That's so amazing. Really appreciate for sharing that because that's what it is. Sometimes in that particular moment, we are thinking we're stuck and this is really bad, and people make us feel that. But with time, you realize that no, this was really good for you. So I'm really happy for you, friend. Thanks for sharing that. So who
thank you.
else want to share their experience?
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Um, Good evening, ma'am. Actually, one experience that I face, and that is
I can't hear you,
a
Mohammed.
very bad picture of that experience is school and
Mohammed, there is
hello.
some,
Uh,
yeah, I think some connection issues there. Your voice is getting,
Now clear?
yes.
Okay. Yes, I am saying that when I am one experience that I face in my school life, when I am in 10th class, then one teacher say me to speech, then I am usually I am very confident for that experience that I am participate in those type of sessions, but they are very bad experience when teachers say that you go and do a speech, then I remember that speech, but at that time I forget that speech and very ashamed that that is very bad experience, and now it is very fast process, then I go and come back, then that's experience is very bad. Then otherwise, one question that I ask from you is uh, you say that over 88% that I work with our subconscious mind. And I ask a question that how I can change, regulate that subconscious mind. You say that you write an informations, but in which scenarios affirmations, yeah,
Okay, Mohammed. I think your
vision
voice
board,
is
yeah,
getting.
different techniques not work, in which scenario that
Okay, Mohammed. First of all, tell me, did you, from that experience which you have shared, like there was, you forgot your speech and all that. So, was it any learning for you from that incident? Even though you remember that as a very difficult situation for you, but was it any learning from you? Did you learn out of that situation anything? I think your mic is off, Mohammed. Okay, I think I suggest that let's complete our topic first, and then by the end, I'm going to take your questions. So probably with our rest of webinar, I would be answering your questions, what you have in your mind, and then if you have something else, so we can discuss with that. So I hope it is fine with all of you. But the whole purpose of with this exercise is that whenever you feel low of yourself, and whenever you think you like this situation is really bad and how you're going to come out of it, always recall what from your past experiences. There were some difficult situations, there were some difficult things happen, but you did learn something out of it. So if that is because nothing is going to be constant, right? So if that situation has passed and there was some good thing happen for me, so from out of this situation also only good will come out of it. I have You must have heard of Louise Hay, and she is like very pro of affirmations. So there is one affirmation on my desk which I have written, and I keep reminding myself whenever I feel that I'm having some kind of stress. I always read this, and I will read it for you. All is well, everything is working out for my highest good. And out of this situation, only good will come. I am safe. Because we always feel threatened by a situation and we want to feel safe. This is a human nature. So this is in front of me on my desk whenever if I feel I'm stuck somewhere, I just keep reading this, that everything is working out for me, because that is a reminder to yourself that doesn't matter how bad the situation look, but it's going to be a positive thing will come out of this situation. And another very important point I tell you, if we go back to our topic of lemonading. So another important thing for how can you be a lemonader? So one thing we have said, acknowledge your feelings, reframe it, and look at the brighter side of that situation. And the good exercise is just remind your brain of some previous experience where things were bad, you're in very bad shape, but it turned out to be good for you. Another thing is like, how can you boost up your energy? That is like a you go mantra. So what is you go mantra? Is like, if you're in any situation, whether you're studying, whether it's your exam, whether it's your job or anything, you have to be your own cheerleader. You don't have to wait for others to come and tell you, come on, Asma, you can do it, just go with it. And no, I can't do it. No, don't wait for anyone. So these are the small changes I'm telling you. Start applying in your life. Start appreciating yourself and just tell yourself, fine, Asma, you can do it. You can do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I can do it. I can do it. Because then I'm reminding myself, and that is also a part of your development. And that is also a part of where someone asking me, like, do we really need to take an action? Yes, because otherwise it's just like that. If I want to reduce weight and I'll say that I don't want to go to a gym, I don't want to go for a walk, I don't want to leave my seat, but I can have some good affirmations with me. Okay, let's start that. I've reduced my weight, I'm visualizing it, I've reduced my weight, and now I'm in a perfect shape. But I'm not taking any action. I'm not going to do any exercise. I'm not taking care of my food, or I'm not taking care of myself. So it's just affirmations will help you? No. Yes, you want to visualize it. Visualize a better self-image. At the same time, visualize yourself going for an exercise too. Visualize yourself eating healthy food too. So even if you're writing that, because writing really helps you to, it's just like reinforcing in your brain. But at the very same time, like I said, brain wants an evidence. If I put my alarm, okay, tomorrow morning I want to wake up at 5 a.m. Okay. So what will happen? 5 a.m. alarm rang and I just put it on snooze and I slept again. So my subconscious mind will tell me, shut up. You will never do it. I told you will never do it because somewhere I have developed some habits. I'm lazy. So my subconscious will tell me, shut up. You didn't do it what you said. So brain needs an evidence. So if I tell myself tomorrow morning I'm going to wake up at 5 a.m., I'm going to exercise, whatever, or I'm going to pray. I'm not going to miss my prayer. So, but I just put it on snooze. I don't wake up. So what will happen? So will your affirmations will help you? No. So coming back to the same point, that you don't need an external motivation. You motivate yourself. by cheering yourself up, even though you find it is difficult. Because sometimes we always step back and thinking, I can't do it because another person is more competitive, another person has better knowledge than me, another person has a better degree than me, another person is better than me in any way. So it's better step back, not to go forward. No, we are all born with the same abilities, with the same brain, but the only thing is that what makes a difference? Utilization of that. Those people, those who apply and take action, they're moving forward. So you cheer yourself up. Tell your mind chatter, shut up. Whatever you're telling me that I'm not competitive, it's not true. Tell yourself, cancel, cancel, cancel. Whatever you're telling me is not true. I don't believe in that. What I believe in, I can do it. So let me do it. What will happen? I will not fail, but I will learn something out of it. Okay? Third thing you can do, please note down these things. I'm just telling you the simplest thing you can start applying in your life. It's your brain which tells you it will be difficult because your brain wants to keep you safe all the time, and this is how it's developed to keep you safe. And we feel threatened if we have to make some changes. And then you can do is another thing you can do if you feel, or let me put it in this way, do opposite what you are really tempted to do. For example, whatever situation is in my life, I'm feeling very frustrated. I'm feeling very sad. So what will happen? I will keep lying in my couch in my bed and watching Netflix, binging on dramas and eating unhealthy thing, and I just don't want to move out because I'm not feeling good. So don't be slave of your emotions. It's tricky at times. So little push to yourself. Even though I'm feeling low, I'm not feeling very happy today, or something is making me sad, let me dress up. Let me go. I will go out. Maybe I'll go out and meet some friend. I will just go to a park. I will just go out, watch movie. I will just go and see my family. Whatever. Do the opposite. This is your brain resistance. And what will happen? When you will start breaking this small resistance from your brain, that you're also teaching yourself that you can be flexible. Even though if the situation is like this, but still I'm taking a different action, what my brain is telling me. I will go out, or I will call up a friend, or I will talk to someone, even though I don't feel like to talking someone, sharing my thing, but still I will talk to someone who really cares about me. So maybe you don't 100% come out of that sadness, frustration thing, but maybe your mind is neutral now because you have vented it out. So sometimes when you think you are tempted to do something which is not helping you in any way, go opposite. Take some small action. Sometimes it's just like wearing your sneakers and just go out and just roam around on the streets or whatever and fresh up and then come back. Then your mind will be clear. That's why they always recommend to do everyday walk or exercise so you can, come out of that mood. That's very important because these are all part of your training of developing that positive behavior, and you're also teaching yourself that I can be flexible. So in future if something will come up, I will be flexible to adapt it because now I know I can go opposite to that and I can adapt a change. I can be flexible. I'm not slave of my emotions and my brain. Make your brain your slave. You don't become slave of your brain. And then another important thing you can do is like sometimes, this is something very important because most of the time I hear from people, even for me also. For me also, there are situations in life where I don't know what will happen next week, a week after. I have these things in my mind. I want to plan it. I want to do it. But I don't know what will happen in a month's time, in a 2 months' time. So because we live in a lot of fear of future. So I'll give you an example on this one. see, for example, you're driving from one destination A to B. So first you put out on your GPS and you will see the map. Okay, fine. It will take me 35 minutes or whatever. It's going to reach from A to B like this, and you start driving. So the moment you will set your map and you will put, okay, let's start the map, and now I'm driving. What will happen? Does it shows you like your end route from A to B? No, it will shows you first, okay, drive straight for 1 kilometer and then turn right. And you don't know after turning right how many kilometers are there or how many meters are there. And you just drive for 1 kilometer, then it gives you, okay, now turn right. It will take another 2 kilometers, then you will turn left. So what happened? It will give you chunk by chunk, so you don't get confused. Just go complete first route, second route, third route, fourth route, and it will keep giving you in chunks. This is how our GPS work, right? Same as if you have decided something, you know where you want to go. The clarity is very important. You should know. Otherwise, if I sit in my car and I'll say, okay, take me anywhere, so it will take you nowhere. So clarity is very important where I want to go. That's one thing. But today I don't know how many steps it will take, how many years or months or time it will take, how many sacrifices it will take, how many actions it will take. Today I don't know, but I just know one part of it. I know I can, cover this one part. Once I'll reach that point, I'll get to know the next part. Then I will reach to another next part. So coming back to the point, what I'm trying to say here is focus on what you have today. And give your 100% in that. For example, today is the day, I don't know if any one of you are working, even if you're not working, if you're studying. Today is the day I have to complete this project, for example. I'm going to focus on that. I don't know what the outcome will be today. I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but today is my day. I have to work on this. I accept it, fine. Either I'm not looking at happy or unhappy. I'm looking, this is something I want to do, so let's do it. And you start working with all your focus on that one thing. Focus on now on one thing rather than living the fear of the future. So once you end of the day, rather than asking yourself, did I do good or it was bad or how can I be more productive or was productive? Don't analyze yourself so much. Rather than just think, today was my day. I was so focused and I was working on something. What was the fun part of my day today? Think something which makes you happy. Like someone said, they want to have a positive attitude because they want to feel happy. So I tell you, your brain is like a Google. Whatever you will put in the Google, it will search for it. If I'll ask myself end of the day, what bad thing happened today? Well, how did my professor or my boss behave with me today? What was really not good? Didn't go well today. So what will happen? Your brain will find 100 things. This went wrong, that went wrong, you didn't do well here, maybe you need to improve yourself, this. But at the same time, if I think opposite of that and I'll think, what was a fun part of the day? Maybe, oh, we were joking with that person and that was really, and or some person has shared that joke, that was really funny. Or I did something like this, oh, that was really good, oh, that was so funny. And the moment you will start thinking, it will be so easy for you to connect some positive experience, even if it's not funny, but some positive experience. Because honestly, it's not that nothing positive happened in the day. It's just that we don't focus on that. Our brain is more prone to be safe, and we keep focusing what was the threat in our life and what was difficult thing happened to the day. But we focus maybe, oh, my mother, she cooked a really nice food for me today. It was so filling and I'm feeling so good about it. So, oh my God, it's a blessing. So first thing, focus on now, what you have today. Stop overthinking what will happen after 10 days, 10 years. You don't know. Life changes, situation changes, circumstances changes, but only what makes you keep going is expecting good. If you really want to even think about future, expect the good. That's what we call lemonading. That if life is giving you lemons, then make lemonade out of it. But yes, you expect something good out of it. My voice clear? I hope there is no disconnection. So, okay, thank you, Ma. So, yeah, what I was saying is swap your thinking. So swapping your thinking is very important. So end of the day, always think, what is that you're really focused on? It's what good has happened during the day. What something really happy thing happened, because then your brain will easily connect to the positive event of your day. That's one thing. Now, I want to share some very interesting thing with you because I had some questions during the webinar around that point. We are so much concerned about how people treat us or they think about us, and how can we build that relationship. Because when we talk about the positive behavior, so it starts from us, but of course we are living in a social community, so we have people around us, and we have to build our relationship with them as well, whether it's a personal relationship, whether it's a work relationship, a career relationship. So we need to build a relationship with them as well. But we always think, oh, that person is not treating me well, not understanding me well, and sometimes you feel very lonely in that. I tell you something very interesting. So this is a very important concept, so please just pay some attention here. So there is something called perception versus perspective. Perception versus perspective. What is perception for me? How I interpret the world around me. How do I see or interpret the world around me? How, for what I have learned in my life, this is how people behave, this is how people think. So all of us, we have our own unique perceptions about the world, unique perceptions about the people around us. And this is the reason people keep arguing with other people to prove that what they perceive about the things is correct, right? This is how we do. We keep arguing on the things because we think from our perception of this is right. And at times it's just not helping us. And what is perspective? Perspective is what another people have their perception about the world around them. From my end, I'm looking what is my perception, how I interpret the world around me. This is how people behave. This is how the work environments are, because I have developed some perceptions since my childhood that how things are around me. But another person, they have their own perceptions of life. So that is a perspective for me. And how can I break this barrier? How can I find a common ground that I can build that relationship? Otherwise, there is always a disconnect. And that you can also only do when you step in that perspective of their perceptions. Sorry if any confusion, please you can clarify with me. So let me explain in a more simple way. For example, I'm working, and now in my perception there is something and it has to be in that way. And rather than getting in the arguments with my boss, let me understand what is their perspective. And for that, what do I need to do? First of all, be all you listen. No. Imagine now I want to build this positive relationship, and I have to come out, I have to stop position, I have to come out of my perception to their perspective. How I'm going to do that? First of all, I have to be a good listener. Have patience, listen, just listen, and pay attention what they are saying, their words, what they're trying. Let be their conversation, whatever it is. And then